everyone, this is Lacey with Sangres Best. I'm here today because we are going to do a quarter beef unboxing. What? Yeah, that means you're going to see everything that comes in a quarter beef. Now, the first thing I want you to know is that we have two boxes right here. Believe it or not, we have a system where we fit our quarter beef into two 50-pound boxes. Pretty awesome. This makes for easy shipping to your door, so if you ordered a quarter beef, this is what you will get. There's these two boxes right here on your doorstep. But in the meantime, we are going to go ahead and see what we have inside. All right, so just gonna kind of hold that up there. You can kind of see inside of it. So we've got, obviously on top, we're gonna have our fine cut dry aged steaks. At first glance, the first thing I'm seeing is this beef ribeye steak and beef minute steak. We've got, I mean, honestly, ribeyes are my personal favorite. So I'm just gonna kind of bring these a little closer. Yeah. Love ribeyes. So right off the bat, we've got a ton of steaks here. We've got beef sirloin tip steak, beef New York strip. And you know what? These minute steaks are fabulous, especially for like country fried steak. Oh, they're so good. So once I get past all of these steaks in here, I would say about 15 to 20 pounds or so of steaks. I'm getting into my ground beef. So you can see right here, packed in nice little 1 pound packages. Beautiful ground beef, every family's staple. So we've got quite a bit of ground beef in here. I don't know if you can see in the box too well, but I'll be sure to pull them out. All right, I'm gonna put the steaks out here. So you can see all the steaks that come in. Now mind you, this is going to be doubled over here. So this is just an eighth beef, where this is a quarter beef with two of these. So what I'm pulling out here, we're going to be doubling for that quarter. But I'm just going to, for convenience of steaks not falling everywhere, we're just going to do one box at a time. So you can see the minute steaks, some more New York strips. And I love how thick these New York strips are. They run about 1.25 inches, which is pretty standard cut for steaks for a nice thick New York strip. So then we've got, oh yes, hello, Filet Mignons. Check these bad boys out. Yes, so good. Literally when you cook these up, they melt in your mouth. Like I've never had a steak that tastes straight up like butter when you cook it until I had a Sangres Filet Mignon. So good. Highly recommend. So then, there's still more steaks down here. We have so many steaks, which is so awesome. This means family barbecues. This means, you know, treat yourself steak nights, grab a bottle of wine, you name it. It's all sitting right here. And we're gonna double this for a quarter beef. So now we've got all of our ground beef. We've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, about 15 or 16 pounds in just the eighth beef. So, you know, we're gonna double that to be about 30 pounds for the quarter beef, which is perfect, especially to get you through, you know, I would say a family of 4, this could last 4 or 5 months of meals, just in ground beef. And steaks. So, you know, now we're gonna get into the slow cook savory part of the unboxing. So this right here is a beef Pikes Peak roast. And you can see it's got beautiful color. It's got, you know, that dark red, which makes for very tender roasts. So good. We've got our roast. We've got a chuck roll, great for smoking. Now, this is the shank cross cut, which if you slow cook this, it is like heaven. It's initially a tougher cut, but when you slow cook it, it breaks down all that toughness and unbelievable cut that I think a lot of people overlook. The shank cross cut is actually one of my favorites, especially when you slow roast it, either in a roaster or a crock pot, or whatever you have available to just cook it nice, low and slow. It just falls apart and has the best flavor. So we've got another chuck roll in here. You can see how big this bad boy is. That'll definitely be a good, snowy night or snowy day slow cook meal. Oh man, we got a big boy in here. This ought to be fun. Whoa. There's your brisket, baby. Yes. This is the barbecue master's favorite cut. Right there. That brisket flat. Yummy. All right, well, that kind of sums up basically what's all in here. Oh, maybe we got one more roast. Yeah, we do. Beef pot roast. Yummy, yummy. So as you can see, it is a nice selection of steaks, ground beef, pot roasts, chuck rolls, and even some extra cuts like cross shank that are super tasty and often overlooked. So you can see this is an 8th beef right here. I'm going to put these back in, and I'll show you this other box so you can get a clear visual of what a quarter beef looks like. I know you don't often see quarter beef unboxings, but I think it's super important because you're going to plan out your beef supply for the winter, and it's good to have a visual to kind of get an idea of like what's going to last your family for a certain amount of time, and how long this beef will sustain you, so that you can plan maybe another quarter at another time. Definitely the benefits of buying in bulk like this are going to be you're going to save cost per pound. You're not going to have to rely on a grocery store for lesser value cuts. You're going to get the best quality beef in the world. Like, this beef is so phenomenal because of where it's raised, how it's raised, and who it's raised by. We have an amazing gal that does all that. So here is the second half of your quarter beef. So you can see right there. And again, each one of these are about 50 pounds. So your quarter beef is going to average out to anywhere from 100 to 110 pounds, give or take. Could even be under 100 depending on the size of the heifer. So that's another really interesting thing about buying live quarters, is they're going to vary in weight because they're based off of a real quarter of a cow. So whether that cow was a massive heifer or maybe a little on the scrawnier side, you're going to get different sized quarters based off of that. So you can see right away, we have this other box here, and right on top we've got our beef chuck rolls, so some more roasts. And this, I'm holding my hand, are Korean short ribs. Now, me and my husband cook these, and we actually scavenge these a lot from Sangres Vest because they are also one of our other favorite cuts. If you slow roast these in an oven roaster, they are just absolute heaven in your mouth. You'll see these at a lot of, maybe like, I've seen them in Mexican restaurants a lot, but I haven't seen them a lot like just in your average kitchen. But they should be utilized more because, trust me, like, once you try Korean short ribs, you are going to be obsessed, like we are. So we have some more steaks right on top. We've got another ribeye here. Pulling out some pot roast, some more pot roast. So you can see, just about how much roast you got. I would say 2 to 3 pot roasts, 2 to 3 Pikes Peak roasts. You got 1 giant brisket. You've got this 3 chuck rolls. So you can kind of get an idea about roast-wise what you're going to go through with quarter beef. See, there's your other Pikes Peak that we were just talking about. So this is like meat Jenga. Let's hope it doesn't fall over. So here's another great savory cut. This is the beef stew meat. So the stew meat is amazing, obviously, it's in the name, for stews. But you know, also you can shish kebab these, and they are fabulous. So, you know, don't just save them for your slow roaster. If you do a long, slow barbecue grill, these are great. So we've got more filet mignons. Another bunch of steaks in here for ribeyes, New Yorks. More New Yorks. More minute steaks. There's some more of those cross shanks, so you get 2 of those per quarter, which is awesome because that's 2 extra special meals. And then the rest in here looks like it's gonna be ground beef. Here we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I lied. There's a lot more steaks in here. So guys, you are set up on steaks. You are gonna have plenty of steak nights to last you months. And then you have, you know, like I was saying, the ground beef. So we've got about 16 to 18 pounds of ground beef in here. So, you know, total, you're looking at probably 40 pounds of ground beef. You got 18 to 20 pounds of steaks, and then you got 20 to 30 pounds of roast. So don't quote me on those numbers, but I'm just eyeing this right here. But you can kind of get a feel for the ratios that Sangres does. It's an awesome setup, guys. This is gonna get you through the winter. This is gonna feed your family, and you will not have to go to a grocery store all winter long. You can go out to your garage, into your freezer, and grab dinner out whenever you want, which is the best part of buying a quarter beef. If you're like, whoa, this is way too much, you know, you can just look at one of these boxes. That's an 1/8 beef. That would last, you know, a couple, like 2 people, probably 3 to 4 months, I would say, if you eat beef 2 to 3 times a week. So, you know, great options. If you're like, this is not enough, I've got a big family, we want to feed more people, we break everything down into these 1/8 boxes. So if you think of like a half beef is double a quarter, it'll be 4 of these boxes. 1/8 beef is 1, a quarter is 2, half beef is 4. So we make it super simple. Our butchers, you know, evenly distribute everything. So if you're splitting with somebody, you can just, you know, easily like go in on a quarter, and then one person can take 1 box, another person can take another. So it's pretty nice that way that we're able to pre-divide everything, where, you know, a lot of ranches, it'll be like a lay it out on your lawn situation, and everybody kind of takes what they want. So we take the work out of that for you guys, and we just go ahead and split it up for you. So go ahead, check us out, sangresbest.com, and get in on some of our bulk beef.